everybody, welcome back to my channel. I want to be 100% completely honest with you, as I normally try to be. I say try because sometimes I have to withhold things from you because of other people's privacy. And my privacy as well. I began to vlog before and I totally fell asleep in the middle of the vlog. Hey, I just fell asleep on camera. Oh my goodness. Okay, I guess that's where we end the vlog. I feel like I wanted to insert the clip here so you could just see it's like I was just talking and then good night, Irene. So I stopped. I took my morning meds and drank some more coffee. So this isn't my first sip of coffee, but this coffee is delicious. I do have my original thumbnail photo. This coffee is delicious. Thank you, Jim. There's still some left. I also ate my breakfast, which I normally don't break my fast until like 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock, depending on how I'm feeling. But this morning, last night I stopped eating very, very early for reasons beyond my control. And Jimmy had made me a toasted, buttered, gluten-free bagel. It did have a lot of carbs, so I only ate half, but it was really good. I like the ones from Aldi's. These are really good too. He got these at Kroger. He went for a mint and he got them at Kroger. And they were good. They're a little expensive, more expensive than the ones at Aldi. But they're also bigger than the ones at Aldi. Aldi are more like the lender's size type bagels. Like the little ones. This is like a Thomas's or like a New York style bagel. So it's pretty good. Which is probably why it's got so many more carbs than the ones from Aldi. So lately, just so you know, it's been, when I've wanted bread items, it's been more important that I eat gluten-free than I do eat keto. But for the most part, for months and months, I've laid off the bread items. But then I start to get like ick in my stomach and I can't really make myself like fathead dough right now. And even though I don't know what I would do that anyway, because it's a lot of cheese, but like even my 90-second muffin bread thingies, did I ever tell you guys about that? I found them on the interwebs. I make it in a ramekin, these little like brown ramekins we have, and it's basically you melt butter. I think it's 2 tablespoons of butter if my memory serves. It's been about 2 months since I made any, more than that actually. So you melt about 2 tablespoons of butter. You put in 2 tablespoons of almond flour, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and you could do a pinch of salt, and then depending on like use salted butter or whatever. And then you crack in 1 egg, and then you microwave it for 90 seconds. And it makes sort of like a biscuity type situation. And then I like to take the biscuit, cut it in half, and then like toast it on the griddle. I like that. That's my favorite way to have it. I had toasted in the toaster oven one time, and that's pretty good too. But I did like it really like toasted on. I like that caramelized buttery type thing. Like even when we used to make buttered bagels in the toaster, we would butter them. We would toast them a little bit, butter them, and then toast them the rest of the way, so that the butter kind of got like melted into the bread, which is like the best way to do it. Anyhow, I digress. I just don't have the opportunity to make that right now. So Jimmy was making a bagel this morning and he bought these for me. The thing is, you have to eat them. It says to eat them within 5 days after opening. And there is only 4 bagels. But I can't really eat a whole bagel a day because that won't really be good for my blood sugar. Unless I eat them like really far apart. But even that, I'm not really moving to brown blood sugar. So it's probably not a good idea. So when he, we talked about when he comes home, maybe he can cut them and then freeze them. This way he can just like pull one out of the freezer from time to time and defrost it or toast it, frozen, you know. And I realized yesterday was a rough day. This morning was kind of rough too. I realized I don't have any more protein shakes. I do have 2 protein bars left. So I had some peanut butter because originally I thought I was just having a protein shake with the bagel. So I could have protein first. But I didn't have one. I don't know if you watched the vlog from yesterday about being scared, woke up scared. The whole rest of the day was just crap. It basically was a day, and I don't like to say that, and I don't like to waste a day on crap. Because I'm only, we're only allotted so many. But you can't always control it. This particular crap situation was just this. I woke up kind of scared. I vlogged. I was distracted for a little while I vlogged, and then my brain went back to being scared. And then I put on a movie, and trying to find a movie that like 4 or 5 minutes that takes you to like choose the movie that you want, put it on. Sorry, it's really noisy out there. That distracted me for 4 or 5 minutes, and then scared. And sorry. And then I started playing solitaire games while I watched the movie. Scared. Then I started watching YouTube while I was watching the movie, and it just kept coming back to there. That's the whole point of the story. I talked to my friends, and it was fine while I was talking to them, and then my brain would go back as soon as that my brain would have considered downtime or no major distractions, it went back to being scared. And I had a lot of emotions yesterday. It was a very emotional day, almost to the point where I'm like, I did put my antidepressant in my pill bag, right? Like, that's how it felt. There was a lot of anxieties with, like, is the doctor going to call me? Is the doctor going to call me back? So here's what I told in the vlog before I fell asleep, but you're not going to see that, so that's okay. So here's what happened yesterday. Yesterday at 9 o'clock in the morning, I called the doctor. Then I proceeded to eat and eat and eat. And I don't have any, like, terrible choices. I didn't sit here and eat, like, a 5-ounce bag of Lay's potato chips or anything. First of all, I don't like potato chips, but that's beside the point. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't just sit here and eat crap. I had my protein shake, and then I waited. I was still hungry. So I had my protein bar, and then I waited, and I was still hungry. So I had some I went to go have some beef jerky, and it was rancid, which is weird. Then I waited. Then I went and had some peanut butter, and then I waited. And then I had some more peanut butter, and then I waited. Like, that's how it was. And then finally I just was like, chew gum, because nothing's satiating you. So are you hungry? Like, when you eat your emotions, you don't always know that you're not hungry. Like, your mind and body are telling you that you're hungry until you get stuffed almost sometimes. Sometimes you don't stop until you feel it here. It's really bad. But it's been the first time in, I don't know, over a year that I've, like, fed my feelings. When my brother passed away, all those months, I didn't feed my feelings. Kind of, like, didn't really want to eat much. And, then being on the antidepressant, it just made me not want to feed my feelings. This was, like, the first time. Which was kind of bizarre. And, I've been trying to protect my eyes since last year. So I've been, like, that's why I started eating keto foods. Not because I wanted to lose weight, but because I'll get into ketogenesis. It's because I wanted to eat the low-carb foods to protect my eyes. And yesterday morning, I had an issue with my eyes. And I'm like, maybe that's why I started to eat whatever, or just wanted to eat, because I'm like, here I am being diligent for the last year and gonna have problems anyway. But I realized afterwards that the doctor said that the treatment was to help reduce the swelling that had already been created, but it was not going to, and it was going to reduce the swelling that was created, but it wasn't going to repair my eyes. Sorry. And it wasn't going to prevent any further damage. And it was only temporary. Oh, so sorry. My nose is so itchy all of a sudden. It's only temporary. That's why we were supposed to go back every year. But of course, then I hurt myself, so I couldn't go back in July or August or September or October. Maybe October, who knows? But anyhow, that possibly could have contributed to yesterday. Maybe my nerves about yesterday with everything from my dream then manifested into my eyeballs, and then maybe I started taking my eyeball situation out. I don't really know. But I just know that yesterday was crap. And I want to use the S word because that's really how I want to describe it. It didn't get better. I tried. I tried so hard. I did find moments of joy. I did find moments of joy when I was talking to my friends, when Jim came home, when we were talking on the phone, him and I, when we were texting, like when we were dating. That was moments of joy. So I did find moments of joy in the day, and I can focus on them, but I'm just saying overall, when I step back and look at yesterday, I'm like, yesterday was crap. I'm grateful that I had a day. I'm grateful that I had a day above the ground on this side of the ethereal plane. But to be honest with you, and I always try to be honest with you, like I said, I'm glad it's over. So yesterday at 9 o'clock in the morning, I called the doctor, and then I started eating. And I called the doctor's office, and the girl was very shocked. The girl, Abby, was very surprised that I was calling about the test results. And I said, well, it just, there's some things that looked unusual. I wasn't sure if he got a chance to look at them. And did he want to talk about anything or have an action plan or, anything, do anything different with testing? So she said, okay, he's in the office today. I will show him and somebody will get back to you. I said, okay. I waited. Now, she said he was in the office today, which means he had patience. So I had patience of the other kind. So at 2 o'clock, I realized I hadn't heard from him over lunch. So maybe either he was running behind or they forgot me. So I went ahead and I just sent a message on the message board to say, hey, this is me, and I got my NM bone scan back. Test for. Do you have any? Did you get a chance to look at it? Is there any concerns or any issues, treatment plans that you want to put into effect? And a couple hours later, I think around 7 o'clock at night, which I was really kind of like with the test results, I was anticipating the 6 o'clock at night thing. I was on the phone with Lisa, and I was like, last week he worked with me until about 6 o'clock. So I thought maybe it was 6 o'clock again or whatever. And I was on the phone with her, and I got a message. I was like, a new message on the message board. So I was like, message on the message board. Now, I will tell you, before I read the message, I just was like, you don't have to give me a message. You don't have to give me a plan. If you don't think it's so concerning, or the growth rate isn't so bad, or the spots aren't so surprising, then just tell me that. So I looked at your scan. We'll discuss it next week at your appointment. I don't think there's any reason to do anything sooner. We'll wait for your schedule. Something. Acknowledge that I called with concerns. That's all. Acknowledge that I called with concerns. And as nice as he was at the appointment, and as nice as she was at the appointment last week, it was just sort of like I was kind of let down a little bit. So I was looked at the message, and the message just was like a confirmation about my appointment next week. So I'm thinking, in their way, that's their way of saying, we'll just discuss it at your appointment next week. I've never gotten a confirmation from the doctor before. Usually the confirmation comes from the app, just saying in general, like that. So I have the CAT scan on Friday, which is my chest and my abdomen, which will be good because of all of these extra little spots. I'm curious if there's any other situations happening. Because he didn't do the NF scan. Sorry. I'm not going to fall asleep. They didn't do the tracer in my soft tissue above my waist. They only did my tracer, my soft tissue on my legs. So I'm curious about the soft tissue. I am. I wish they were doing my arms, not just my abdomen. Just because of the one on my arm. But I think that's okay. Because I think the important parts are what's happening here and there. So that's Friday. And then I'm supposed to see him next Monday. That's when our appointment is. And I haven't gotten a call from the CAT scan biopsy yet. Because I'm not sure that they're not waiting for the CAT scan results. So today my plan is to call that number. Did I have that number? Did they give me that number? I know that Central Scheduling, that's the number that I usually call for appointments, does not. She said that they don't make those appointments, that the office will call me. But how long am I supposed to wait for that office to call me? So that was the thing. Like, I was just hoping that the doctor's office would call me. I didn't need to speak to the doctor. I could have spoken to the receptionist. I don't care. As long as there was a message from the doctor that, hey, I saw your test results and we'll discuss it at your appointment next week or something. But it's like, am I getting this biopsy? Like, last week he was really like, get it done. And I got it done. And then it's like, yeah, all right. Well, I'll just wait till I get the next one done. And I just feel like a very different feeling. So I'm okay. It was frustrating yesterday. It was depressing yesterday. I was scared yesterday for my family. And, my family, not just my immediate family, not just Jim and Mom, but my family has gone through a lot in the last year. And, two actually, and I don't want to put them through anything more. They're actually still going through it right now. So I don't want to add to it. I don't want to be an emotional burden to anybody. That was really not my intention in life. I want to be the opposite. I want to be the person, and I kind of feel like I've been the person who's relieved emotional burdens from people. Like, that's been I want to say my goal in life, but So, yeah. I just want to get answers. I want to know if it's not something I have to worry about right now. It looks really bad on the report, but maybe not to him. And maybe because if it is sarcoma, if it is cancer, if it is bone cancer, it doesn't spread like wildfire like it could in other parts of your body. I don't know, maybe that's his concern. Maybe he wants to have all the answers before he does anything. And that's possible too. So that's all behind us because that was yesterday. And I'm sure today, I promised myself today's not going to be like that. I was tired. I woke up. I fell asleep relatively early, about 8:30. And I woke up at 11:30. And I had to go to the bathroom. And then I couldn't fall back to sleep. Actually, technically, I woke up at 11:30 to go to the bathroom. And then I had trouble falling back to sleep. I didn't go to the bathroom. Just the feeling like I made the feeling go away. And I kind of like rolled on my side because I was sweating. Like I had a hot flash sweats, night sweats, or whatever. And I was sweating so bad, I rolled on my side to just give my sheets a chance to cool off. And I ended up falling asleep for like about an hour and a half on my side. And then I couldn't go back to sleep after that. 1:30 I was up for a couple hours. I finally fell back to sleep at 3:30. And then I woke up at 5. So I kind of had like a real broken sleep. So before when I was, and it's raining out. So it's like, see how gloomy it is? It's actually 8. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7:51 a.m.
Yeah, it's almost 8 o'clock. And that's what the sun looks like. Because it's rainy, cloudy, gross out. It's like fall weather today. It's like going to be a high of 67, low of 50, and rainy. And my sister's coming. And welcome to Missouri. So she won't mind. She lives in Las Vegas. She probably will enjoy the rain. When we were young, we used to go out and like pretend we were showering in the rain. Did you guys do that when you were little? We entertained ourselves a lot. People are like, how can you spend all day by yourself, talking to yourself all day? I'm like, that was my childhood. If we got fortunate enough that like my mom wanted to take a nap or she had to run errands, we could have the TV. We could watch something that we wanted to watch. That was only after my nan passed, because my nan would watch the soap operas all day, so, and game shows, you know. She deserved it, though. She was a hard worker her whole life, so she deserved it full force. So anyhow, hopefully Julie's gonna make it here today okay and safe, and I'm excited, and I'm going to probably cry extensively. I will tell you the truth. I'll probably be a blubbering mess, just to give you guys an idea. Let's see. Jim took pictures. If I remember, if I still have them, I'll insert them. But I don't know if I still have them. But he took pictures. He did the guest room all by himself, obviously. I'm here, so. But he did the guest room all by himself. It looks absolutely lovely. Of course, he put things in his office. And I was like, dude, you just got your office cleaned out. It makes you miserable. So this is what I wanted to say to you guys. It makes him miserable after a while, because then he gets mad at me for having so much stuff. Stop doing that then. You know, there was this like, what is it, Swedish or Scandinavian like technique of only putting your hands on something once. Swedish, I think she said. Just put your hands on something once. You know, you pick it up, put it away. Don't put it back down and then take it. You know, of course, I do say to him, honestly, when you have physical limitations, sometimes you have to, like, make piles. You know, you do have your hands on it, you make a pile, you put it there, and then you take the pile into the room because you can't run around like a crazy person. But if you don't have physical limitations, then you go ahead and you take it, your hands on it, and you put it away. So it's kind of like I had on the trunk in the guest room was the pile of quilts that were going to go on the quilt ladder, or that are going to go on the quilt ladder when I can sit in the chair and make a quilt ladder. It's okay. It's all good. Sorry. I was like, just leave them there. My sister's not going to live out of her suitcase. She's going to be here for a while. We gave her, cleaned out the drawers and stuff, and gave her armoire space, and we could put her suitcase up, you know, so she doesn't have to, like, kick it around. And he ended up moving all the quilts into his office. I mean, I guess it's just a pile of quilts, so it's really not a huge deal, but it's just one of those things you'd be like, okay. And, but he did such a beautiful job. He really did. I'm so proud of him. We just do things differently, and that's what it comes down to. It comes down to we do things differently. I would do things different. I would make different choices than he do, but that's what he does, and that's what makes us a great team, though, because then we can see things differently, and we can work together, usually make it very successful. But he did it. He did it. He did a lovely job. I'm very, very proud of him. I'm very proud of the work he did. I'm proud to show this this particular room to, like, my sister, my guests or whatever. I do wish I had the opportunity to change the chair cover to a green one. Right now it's got a black and white buffalo check print on it. But it is what it is at this point. And she won't care. It's just me being me. He put the really, I showed him the quilt that I had picked out. It was a quilt that we had here that we used to use in the springtime. But since we got the white one and the black and white one, we really haven't used it. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. We moved the king size bed in there and now we need king size bedding. So I was like, just put this quilt. The quilt is on the, I left the quilt on the desk, the one that goes for the bed. So he put it on and it's beautiful. It's like, it looks like a pretty patchwork quilt with all these beautiful colors. And on the back side is white with all these beautiful flowers. And when he made the bed and he showed me a picture, he actually put the quilt upside down. He put the underside of the quilt on there. And it looks so lovely. Like, it does look so lovely. The front side of the quilt does have like more purple in it that matches like the walls. And that's why I picked that one. But it just was really like, it was lovely the way it was. And I said, what blanket? Oh, I looked up close and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty, Jimmy. Good job. But the thing is now he didn't change the pillow strands. They match the old quilt, which I know it's not big. That's just for me. You know what I mean? Like, I know that that's not a detail my sister's going to care about. And if it is, I'll show her where they are. She can change them. Or she could bring me the pillows and I'll change them. But I don't think that's a thing she's going to care about. So there's one box on the floor, but that's a box of stuff for her and her family. I don't know if anybody's going to want anything. Because, oh, she will, but it's been there for a couple of years now. So I don't know if everybody's outgrown all those things that I got. But anyhow, let's see. I feel like I would get up right now and I would be baking something or cooking something for her. I feel like that's what I want to do. But I'm here, so. I have been doing my exercises, but she said when she comes, we're really going to be doing them. I was like, as long as we don't involve my leg, I'm fine with that. Let's see. Today is a gloomy gust day. Today is payday. I have been dying to ask I'm not dying to ask my husband. I've been begging my husband to go to the Dollar Tree for me for a while now. You guys saw I got friend mail delivered to me by my friend. She's very sweet. And, but I just want to, like, all this Halloween stuff's coming out, or came out, or is coming out, or is around, or whatever, and it's going to flag off before I can get my hands on any of it, and that's going to be really disappointing for me. But, my friend does have a foldable wheelchair that I can borrow, she said. She was going to bring it over for me to try it on Saturday or Sunday, and I just wasn't feeling good. I feel like it was Saturday. Maybe it was Sunday. But I just didn't feel good. Oh, it was definitely Sunday. That's right, because it was after I got the whole thing. And I said I just don't feel good because I would love for you to come try it on, but I'm trying to rest. I'm napping. It's just not working. I'm tired. So she was like, no, rest, and we'll try it again. So maybe sometime next week we can try it, but then that'd be good because then I can go out with my sister. We can go, maybe even go shopping or something. As long as I'm not up. I actually said to Jim, my Aldi's has a wheelchair with a basket. Like, not an electric one, like, not like Walmart. They have one that you can sit in and somebody can push you. And it has a basket on it. So instead of pushing a shopping cart, you push the wheelchair. So I was like, oh, I can go to Aldi with Julie. Julie does eat a lot of really healthy foods. And she also, I think, does tend to be eat gluten-free. And the Live G-Free line at Aldi is spectacular. And though my Aldi doesn't have a huge Live G-Free line available because of the size of the store, the good news is we're getting a new store. They're building a bigger store closer to my house. Right now, Aldi is almost at the edge of town. There's if you looked at the whole town as a whole, like Aldi is here. It's not quite at the edge, but the new Dollar General is more like at the edge. It's across the street from the park, but the park is big, and just about on the other side of the park is the edge of the city. There's like the park, and then there's like a big furniture store, and then that's the edge of the city. Excuse me. Yeah, so maybe we can go shopping. And she lives in Las Vegas, so she really doesn't have the Dollar General. So we can go there. There's a lot of good they got 3 Dollar Generals in my little tiny town here. I mean, it's not as little as the one I grew up in, but you know what I mean. So maybe we can do that even, just to get and be like part of the world again. Now that I could sit for longer, you know. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get in her car, or if we're going to have to take my car. Because currently I can't climb in the car. I can't bear any weight or all my weight on my bad leg. And I logistically cannot climb into any of the cars in this house. Unless I just lay in the back of my van. Because the seat is really low. The tailgate's really low in the back of my van. I do recall that Julie's tailgate is a little higher, like my mom's, my mother-in-law's, I'm sorry. I was going to say like mom's, like my mother-in-law. I don't really think I could climb into it, but I could try, definitely. But if I could climb into a seat, then I could sit for the drive. I wouldn't have to lay down. So we'll see. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. I know today seemed like it was a boring vlog, but my brain is trying to wrap itself around what the future holds. And I know I'm taking just one day at a time. When you spend a lot of time by yourself, the day seems like a week. And I don't mean that like I occupy myself and I'm not bored. It just stretches. The Canadians are in town. It just lasts a long time. It just stretches out all the time. You know, it's like, you know, I think you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to wrap it up. I don't even know what time it was, but I love you guys. And thank you for helping me pass the time a little bit. And I hope to remember to insert all of the things that I promised if I still have them. And I'm glad I didn't fall asleep on you this time. As always, you guys take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye. 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 Here comes the sideways one. Whoop.